Tips for applying to art college, part 8. This is part 2 of the early action, early decision thread. So if you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check out the previous video in this series. I'm Maria, I'm a college portfolio prep counselor, and I give advice like this for a living at mingcreativeart.com. Okay, so let's say you applied to early decision, you got in, and you've turned them down, and they say, oh, actually, this was a binding application, you can't turn us down. Yeah, that sucks, and it's really messed up, and colleges should not do that. I think it's really messed up, any college that has a binding early decision. Basically, there are two types of early decision. There is binding and non-binding. You always want to look and see which one it is before you apply early. Non-binding is what decent, normal, sane people do for their college. It just means that, like, if you get in early, you find out early, and if you decide you don't want to go, that's okay, and you can say that. A binding application means that you are, by submitting early by the early application deadline, you're saying essentially that, like, this is my top school and I agree to go here if I am admitted. Now, it does say this clearly on the website, but it's still like, come on, dude. Most colleges do not do this. Colleges that do this are not necessarily bad colleges. In fact, Parsons and RISD both have binding application deadlines for early decision. And they are among like the top most well-regarded art schools for traditional illustration and fashion and fine art. But it's just very old school, and it's kind of an antiquated thing that's still stuck around in some of the older colleges. That said, there's not a whole lot they can do if you apply early decision and then choose not to go. But if that does happen and you find yourself in that situation, here are some possible outcomes. If there are affiliated schools that you are also admitted to, they may rescind their acceptance letters. For example, RISD is affiliated with Brown College, and Parsons is actually affiliated with 5 other colleges in New York. They may contact your school and complain, and sometimes you'll get the slap on the wrist, I guess. It depends on how seriously your school takes something like that, but generally there's not too much they're going to do. If you decide you want to attend later after trying to reject them, that's probably not an option. To clarify, they don't have like a blacklist where they keep track of your name. It's just if that same year, if you change your mind, then that option may not be available to you. But they probably would not notice if you reapplied another year. Occasionally, schools will require some sort of deposit with an early decision like application, and that deposit goes towards like college stuff when you like are admitted and go. So they might just not give you your deposit back, but honestly, the deposit is pretty minimal. Overall, early decision is great if you know exactly where you want to go, you're on top of your stuff, and you have everything finished early, and you want just a little less competition or a little extra time to apply for housing. Let me know if you have any other questions about early decision. Or you can schedule a free portfolio prep consultation and portfolio review with me at mingcreativeart.com. Let me know what sort of college questions you'd like answered next. Like and follow for more.